Hey everybody, welcome to Game Rambling episode 50. Holy shit, 50?
Yeah, 50. We're old.
Wow, it's almost as old as we are.
I'm younger than you, you old bastard. Shut up.
um, but anyway, so welcome to our 50th show. This is our golden show. That's what you're supposed to do for 50th, right? We missed our silver 25th. I didn't even think about it, but golden 50th, yay. And we're talking about all kinds of stuff, but let me welcome, obviously, my co-host, Pickle Gamer. How you doing, man?
Tired. Like I said, I got done after work, like 6 something, and went and cooked something. And while we're preparing the show, I'm wolfing down my food. So I'm like, okay, I'm ready.
Well,
I
it's
even forgot
been...
to turn my light on.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Yeah, there, it's going to be a little brighter. It looked better on the camera. I was like, oh, there's something wrong. Huh.
By the way, there's a little too much headroom. I don't know if I should squat down. Maybe make it work.
How's that?
Yeah, I just don't want everybody to be like, "Well, I saw so much bigger than Pickle Gamer. Is Pickle Gamer a midget? What the hell? What's going
Cyrus
on?"
is a giant. He's going to eat everybody.
Hey, Ryan, welcome to the chat room.
Hey, right.
Shirtless. That'll be. We'll do that for our 100th show. We'll do the 100th show shirtless. You know.
We want to not make everybody throw up, but okay, whatever.
Everybody's like, "Well, we have to make sure that doesn't happen." Anyway, so this is like the final countdown to E3. There's all kinds of stuff coming out, news, things happening, and then something special happened today from Nintendo. Nintendo got a jump on everybody with a little Pokemon announcement that they made. What did they have to say, Pico Gamer?
Well, they're re-releasing Pokken Tournament as Pokken Tournament DX or Deluxe for the Switch September. The Pokemon Sun and Moon are getting Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon coming out this later on and on the 3DS, and then the 3DS Virtual Console gets two old Pokemon games. I can't remember what they're not. Diamond and no, not Diamond. I have to look it up here. I'm not a Pokemon fan. Neither one of us are Pokemon fans, so yeah,
No,
five games, but they're all re-releases.
right.
Well, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon are like spiffed up versions. They always do that shit.
So this Switch game that's coming out is like a fighting game or something. It's like a Pokemon fighting game.
Yeah, it was on the Wii U. From what I read, it did kind of okay. So
I don't know much about it. I mean, I honestly have never really been into Pokemon. My brother Manon has played several of them. He's even played the newest 3DS one, I think. One of them, anyway. I don't know. They always do two at a time now. So, yeah, that's an expensive series to keep up with. But these fighting games, like I have an N64, and I've played very briefly. I've played Pokemon Stadium. Is it?
I
Sort of like
remember that. Yeah, I think it's like that. Just if you watch it, basically, you watch the trailer. There, two Pokemon are battling. It looks nice, and people can go handing somebody a Joy-Con and fight. It's basically like a fighting game, and it's Pokemon. So find more Pokemon, some online modes and stuff like that. But no full Pokemon game that everybody wanted, and there's a lot of disappointment. I kind of just I'm not a Pokemon fan, but I thought, what the hell are y'all doing? You know, at least
right.
release something old. And I was going to yell at the screen when I was watching. You could put Virtual Console on the 3DS, you dumb bastards.
What are they doing? We got to get to E3 because
I know.
This lack of information is driving us nuts. You know, we were talking earlier while we're getting ready, and I was just like, I'm starting to get tired of hearing about the Switch because we're not getting the real information. We're just getting like a little bit, and then everybody speculates and gets frustrated, and that's frustrating. It starts to get old after a while. So I need some real info. We need this E3 thing to happen like immediately.
Yeah. And it's Pokemon Gold and Silver. I think the first two, they're Game Boy Color games, the first big releases after the first Pokemon game come out. So they're going to the Virtual Console on the 3DS, but,
Pokemon
not on the
Gold,
Switch.
Gold and Silver. It sounds like a some kind of eclectic jewelry store, like a one of those Hawk and Shop kind of stores, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pokemon Gold and Silver. Are you looking for
Uh,
the? Are you looking for a special ring for that special day and at a special price? Come to Pokemon Gold and Silver.
Did you ever see the South Park commercial where they made King Pokemon, however they said it, and basically it was the Japanese trying to brainwash the kids to bomb Pearl Harbor again? I was like, okay, wow, you asshole, but I can't. Chim Pokemon is what they call them. And every time they would start talking, they would turn anime for a second. It was fucking hysterical.
Got a what is that? Blue peregrines? I can't figure out how to say that. In the chat room says, "Gotta release them all."
Yeah, that's a good one. Isn't it?
Gotta re-release them all. Yeah, that's funny. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know about this Nintendo Pokemon stuff.
I think it's a failure, but we got a big stuff coming out, and I hope the show was only 30 minutes. I did see it on Reddit. It's only 30 minutes, and they go directly to a treehouse, which is multiple days. So I think it's at least multiple days. I have to double check it real here. I think we're going to be fine. I hope.
Well, speaking of their virtual console stuff, we've gotten some new information since our last show. What do you think about what we've heard? Like this, Netflix thing they're trying, and the information that they released about the pricing for their online, and what do you think in general about all of that?
Well, yeah, I did a video on it. The pricing is $20 a year. That's a third of the cost. Fucking sign me up. Oh yeah, I'm looking here. Nintendo's there June 13th, 14th, and 15th. Treehouse event. So there's going to be a shit ton of news. So, but yeah, $20 a year. You finally get the app and the online lobbies and the chat. And then you get like you said, Netflix. You get, right now it's going to be NES games. And they're going to be like, here's this pool of NES games. Have fun. With online features. So if it's Contra, you can play Contra online or something. Now they're looking to add the Super Nintendo. This does not replace Virtual Console, which they have a date on. Everybody was freaking out, or not freaking out, was saying, "Oh, they're going to replace Virtual Console." I went, "No,
dude, it's worth $20 a year just to play these online games that they're giving you."
Yeah, it's just the only disappointing thing is they're pushing voice chat out to 2018.
Well, from what we've seen, I'm kind of glad they are, because their current plan is fucking horseshit. Like, whatever this app, and you got the box and the wire, and it comes around and connects, and then it connects to the other thing, and then you're like trying to hold all this shit and like play and
run it through your butt cheeks and make sure you sit out just right. I'm waiting for somebody to sit there and that little box falls, yanks their phone into the floor. I mean, I've had stuff. You've had that. You've had a laptop daisy chained over to your Elgato daisy chain. You're asking somebody, and I did a little demonstration. 2 things in their hand and a switch and all these cables. You don't think somebody's going to trip or something?
Yeah, I saw your video.
Usman was funny as shit. He said you needed a coffee cup, and he was funny as shit. Go watch his video. He's making fun of him. It's like, why? Why do you need this? When he's like, click. Oh, it worked. And they got Bluetooth built into this fucking thing. I'm like, Nintendo, get your head out of here. It
makes no sense. Like, I expected their online chat feature to be like 2 cans with a string in between them. And you're sitting there like talking to somebody. Make sure the string is long enough now if you wish to speak to a friend, down the road. Oh, okay. Nintendo sells strings that come in 10 foot, 100 foot, 1,000 foot.
And then they did it for your metric people, meters and all that good stuff. Yeah, you got to have it just right.
Yeah.
Exactly, and you got to get the gold type too. They'll have gold strings.
Oh, they have. Then the cans, they release a gold can that's Zelda themed. It's got the yeah. Okay, that's what it would. That's what would happen. Oh, did you see Eugene got one? He finally got a Switch.
Finally got a Switch. I was like, yeah, I got his friend's request. So he's on there, and he's got a Mario Kart and Zelda. I need to tell him, like, goodbye to your free time with Zelda.
Well, it's hilarious because I was down for the weekend for this Geek Fest preview event, which, if y'all haven't seen that, it's on the YouTube page here. And we broadcasted, and then mainly while I was down, we just played the Switch. Like, him, me, and his kids all played Mario Kart. And his kids are 4 years old. So We just set the controllers to always gas, always go, and those things where you can't fall off the track.
Assisted driving for them, yeah.
Yeah, and it was great. We had a blast. Even the kids did. Of course, they didn't do that well, but they had a good time.
Yeah,
So
it's all about that.
Yeah, and that's the thing with Nintendo. I mean, this is a different kind of console. This isn't a PlayStation or a Xbox One or nothing. It's a different kind of thing.
You don't know Sony ponies or Xbox here.
So anyway, yeah. But I'm glad he finally got on board with us. He got the damn blue and red Joy-Cons.
Yeah, I know. I was like, me and you sat there in January going, I don't want that blue and red. I should go back kick my own ass. I really just got that.
It is what it is. Down the road, we're probably going to buy all kinds of other Joy-Cons anyway. It doesn't matter. It's fine. It's just, it's irritating because you're like, you didn't want it. I didn't want it. You saw them and you're like, well, I don't know about this. And then you're like, oh, wait, that's really cool.
Because it's just not, now we got a system which is great. It's all black and gray. You're like, because I actually can glance over and lose it around my other controllers. I keep it in the Joy-Con grip. I'm like, but it works. So
yeah, he also has ordered one of those 8-bit dual analog.
Ooh, that'd be nice.
Yeah, controls. And I was like, oh yeah, I want to know how that works. So we're going back this weekend, so I'll get to test it out.
Nice.
So yeah.
Well, he'll have a Switch, so he could actually do even more Mario Kart. Y'all could have even more if y'all somehow could. Even if you took a monitor with you and had HDMI down there, took your dock, you could actually split it up even more. So
Ryan says he can't wait for the Nintendo Betamax VR and Nintendo Paper Email.
Betamax in 4K.
3D glasses, and it's the red and the
red to blue. Yeah. I was rewatching some Doctor Who, and I love David Tennant. He's my favorite Doctor, and he looked around. He's running around with those, and actually, because he's a freaking Time Lord, he's a genius. It made sense, but I'm like, who has those anymore?
I don't know where you get them. Yeah, that's funny. What's up with this other Nintendo news with Final Fantasy? What is there something?
Square wants to bring Final Fantasy 14, which is the MMO, to the Switch, and I could see that as a big thing. I mean, that would be cool. Would I play it? You have to say, Nanu Tech 55, he said, it has the same shirt. I hope I pronounced your name right. Yeah, I think I got this at Walmart. I got a few more at Walmart, so I got a Doctor Who one, and I actually I keep going there. They don't have size fat ass for me. But they have a Bob Ross shirt. I'm old. I like Bob Ross. That'd be funny as hell. Walk around like, I can't paint, but he could. That's a good shirt that you can find at Walmart.
Hey, I'm looking for a David Hasselhoff shirt. That's what I want. I want the full.
Is he in spandex or is he Knight Rider?
Knight Rider, dude. Like standing in front of Kit, all looking all like he's.
I thought you were going about the red spandex. I was like.
No.
Ooh. We saw enough of that SpongeBob movie. And yes, I watched the SpongeBob movie. I saw it in theaters.
No, that's not what I'm going for. But yeah, so you think Final Fantasy, what is it, 14? Is that right?
Yeah.
So it's coming, it might be coming to Switch, they're saying. Well, I don't know, man. Like, sounds cool, except if you have to do online, you're going to be tangled up in that mess of fucking cables and shit trying to play Final Fantasy. That would be.
Well, Square sends you an adapter that's 4 foot long that you have to throw over your shoulder like a sword. You're like, oh
my god! Giant headset. You're holding it up. Anyway, oh yeah. So we've gotten a little bit of info from Nintendo. We'll be getting more coming soon. There's been some other showings that have happened this past week. Apple came out and showed off a couple of things, and I kind of felt like their event was kind of weird.
I didn't watch any of it. I just went through the news, and the most exciting part of it is Amazon's coming to all the Apple TVs. I'm like, that's sad. That's the only thing I care about. What was that speaker? Was that trying to be an Alexa?
Yes.
Did it actually?
It's
$350. You can buy a Google Home for like $99 or some shit, isn't it? How much is a Google Home?
I don't know what's going on at Apple. I really don't. It sounds like things don't make sense anymore at Apple. I don't know what's going on over there. Like,
I've really looked at my phone, and thinking when it comes time next year, I might just get me an Android phone. I've
it's
had so
tough.
many crashes and locks, and it don't. It. I'm typing a legitimate word. It replaces my word. The Apple Maps. I use Google Maps because it's so bad, and then the voice to text. Dictation has gotten so bad. I'm like, you know what? Fuck this.
Yeah, it's like the maps don't work, the headphone jack's gone, but at least your phone doesn't explode in your hand. That's
The iPhone 7 just locks up, and you don't have a freaking button down there to punch anymore. You have to hold and press two other buttons to restart. I've had it just lock up on me. Yeah, Google Home right now is on sale for $109. I'm like, yeah, good luck for that Apple, $350.
that's crazy for a freaking speaker. I don't even understand that shit.
But it's magic.
Well, speaking of Amazon, they're changing their discounts for certain things. What's going on with it?
I saw, and I haven't made a video. There's just so much stuff coming out, I can't keep up with it. But from what I was reading, that this 20% off discount goes to games and collector's editions of games. It doesn't go to amiibos and stuff, which that's separate. Well, now they're going to look at some of the collector's editions of games to lose that, because I guess they have collectible stuff in it. I don't know. I don't know. I think
they're not going to have any discount. They're just going to take it away completely.
I'm trying to find it here. So much news come out, but I think for some of the collector's editions, it might go away because I guess it's so expensive. But normal games are still sticking around.
Well, I don't. To me, I don't really use Amazon like you do. I mean, like a lot of people do. But I'll tell you what, this last go where we were trying to get Switches and all that stuff, whenever everybody was pre-ordering. From what I saw, man, I don't have a whole lot of confidence in Amazon's capabilities because, man, it was just one story after another of them fucking up people's orders and, and canceling orders and all kinds of weird shit like that. So.
Okay, here it is from Destructor. According to Amazon's updated terms of service, the 20% Prime discount no longer goes to Toys it no longer includes Toys to Life. I get that. They don't need to be doing amiibos and stuff. That's not a game. So they took it off that, okay. Or collector's editions, even though some are confusingly still discounted. So pretty much a normal game cartridge or CD, game still has it. Consoles won't have it. Amiibos and stuff won't have it. And probably collector's editions won't have it. So the normal game, you'll get 20% off.
This is new games that are just coming out?
The way they do it is if you from pre-buy all the way to 2 weeks after release, you get 20% off, and it jumps to normal price. I still got Mario Odyssey pre-bought. It'll be $47.99 when it finally ships for me.
Wow, so, but now that's not for special editions. It's just for regular.
Right. If they came out with all the Zelda special editions, people got 20% off those. They wouldn't a new special edition of a game come out for any system. They won't. You can't get it's to be full price, and I think that's just stupid.
Why are they doing that? What is the reasoning? Do you think? Why would you do that? Huh? You're gonna take away the discount?
I guess.
I don't know. That's weird. I don't get it. I mean, yeah, they're losing money anyway. I mean, you're giving people 20% off of a retail price that pretty much nobody else is doing that. I mean, I don't know. It's strange.
Yeah. Well, actually, somebody was it posted somewhere. I saw there's a Best Buy Gamers Club that gets discounts. I'm like,
yeah, I saw.
Good job, Amazon. You're just going to lose people money.
That Best Buy shit looks intriguing, actually.
Best Buy Gamers Club unlocked. Let me see what that is.
I was looking at that and I was like, that sounds pretty cool. Except here's the problem: is it just if you go to the store? That's what I'm curious about. Because I hate going to Best Buy because. Look, I worked at Best Buy for a while selling computers, and the people there, they don't get commission. So when everybody's like, they're trying to upsell me. No, they don't make commission, so they're not really doing that. But they are trained they get in 10 feet of you, they're supposed to say hi and ask you if you need anything and that kind of stuff. And it gets annoying.
Yeah.
And I just don't like being annoyed when I go to the store.
Yeah, let me see. I'm looking at it right here. $30 for 2 years, 20% off new video games. 10% bonus trade in, 10% off pre-owned, 20% off all e-guides, video game e-guides, 2 times the points. I guess if you use a Best Buy card. Special welcome coupons, 2 times the points on game trade-ins, exclusive gaming offers, redeem rewards card certificates, and points on game consoles. I would say it's probably online. I mean, they're not stupid. They make a lot of money. Hell, even Walmart is now 2-day free shipping
Wow, really?
on everything. There's nothing. They just went to 2-day free shipping. Amazon's getting a lot of competition.
Well, that's good. That's good. Competition is always good. I mean, I think it's always good. I can't think of any instance where it wasn't good.
Yeah.
But speaking of competition, Nintendo has some pretty steep competition coming this holiday season. Sony's been talkative a little bit about getting people ready for their E3 that they've got coming up. And this is our golden show, so it's only appropriate that Sony would help us out and announce that they're going to be releasing a golden PlayStation 4. And I don't know if you've seen it. It looks kind of gaudy to me, but that's cool. Some people are really into the gold thing.
Oh, those are gold iPhones, and I think there's even gold Android phones, and that pink rose. I'm like, give me white or silver or something. I got too many black devices, so I mean, mine's a silver iPhone. Technically, it's white, and I could go with a black phone if I had to. It didn't bother me, but gold, meh.
I'd love to see like a chrome PS4, like all like mirrored, like all badass and shit, something like that. Or a transparent PS4, that might be cool. But yeah, so the price is reduced, at least temporarily, nationally. Maybe, I don't know if it's worldwide, but I know it's nationally. They're bringing it down to $249 for the gold.
I think also probably through E3. I thought I read, but yeah.
Yeah, I think so. For like 2 weeks after E3 or something like that. And that's interesting. So we'll have to keep our eyes open to see if the Pro gets some kind of a discount at E3, because they did announce some of their sales information. What did you see about that?
The sales information? I missed that. What was their sales information?
Well, the PS4
other than
Pro,
the PS4 is going down to $249. What else? I must have missed it. Again, work has been kicking my ass this week.
Well, basically they said that the PS4 Pro was selling better than they thought.
Oh yeah, 1 in 5 PlayStation sold is now a PS4 Pro,
Right.
which is pretty good. 40% of those PS4 Pros sold are upgrades. Still, it's not that good. I mean, your 20% of your sales is to your most, your biggest, baddest device, but it's better than being like, single digits. If they could ever get it up to 2 out of 5, that'd work pretty good. That's a 40% buy-in.
Yeah.
But
I guess the question is, what do you want? Like, what is Sony trying to do? If they're looking to the PS4 Pro to be their flagship, then these numbers are really, I mean, they're not good. But
they're poor.
Right. But if what they've said publicly is actually the truth, and the PS4 Pro is more like this experiment, this thing that exists for the hardcore gamer or whatever, and it's like not their focus. Their focus is the regular PS4, which to me that's obviously what they're doing, because there's almost no enhancements for the PS4 Pro other than some of them do the checkerboard 4K and some of them are straight up 4K, but there's really no. I mean, as a PS4 Pro owner, I've mentioned before that I find it very disappointing and somewhat
disheartening, I guess. Right?
Yeah. I really don't feel like I really don't feel like the PS4 Pro is and probably ever will be utilized properly. I feel like it's I don't know. It's kind of a gimmick. It's a 4K thing. It's like they put it out just so they could say 4K. And so, I'm not seeing the third parties really go at it, and I'm not seeing Sony really utilize it. Now, maybe that's going to change when the Scorpio hits. But
I think you're going to see God of War, Last of Us 2. Those are going to probably, in Death Stranding is being programmed full 4K in it, but not a lot of games are. And everybody's going off about the Scorpio. third-party games are probably going to take they when both of those come out, you might see more games in a realm of a 4K-ish style. It's going to hover between the PS4 Pro and the Scorpio. That's easy enough for them to program, but they're not going to take advantage of all the power.
No.
Microsoft will. But I remember Ryan saying, remember Taco Bell actually, when it was coming out, they gave away gold PS4s. Remember that when it first came out?
Oh,
I remember that. I remember those commercials now. So they were gold, but now you can buy them in the stores. So,
now it's the slim one. Now it's the slim.
it's slim. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. You know, it's funny you're talking about the Scorpio, and this story came out this past week, which was basically designed to infuriate the internet. And the story about the Scorpio was that they had released this information saying that the Scorpio specs basically meant that the system was better than 60% of all PCs. Like,
I didn't see that, but that's just that's
it's
comical. No,
it's designed to start arguments. This statement, it was like, okay, come on, guys.
it's just like Bungie. We can't run the Destiny 2 on 60 frames per second on the Pro. Fight. I'm like, you dipshits.
I'm trying to remember who it was. I can't remember. There was another outlet who does YouTube videos that talked about this story, and their title of their video was something to the effect of "Scorpio better than PC," and it's like, oh god, here we go.
And then every clickbaiting little shit came in there and just flamed it and gave him probably thousands of views and a bunch of arguing and pissing and moaning. But I'm like, I just don't care about it anymore. I'm tired of the PlayStations and consoles versus PC needs to die. But now we're going to get the PS4 Pro and the Scorpio flopping around. And then I really hope that Nintendo just steals Christmas or the holiday season away from them. Just says, "Ha, fuck you."
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what's going to happen. From the sound of what Sony's talking about as far as their press conference goes, it sounds like they're really just going to focus on games. So all that hardware talk about like this other thing, it's probably not going to happen. It's probably just going to be games that they're talking about, which is probably...
They had like 40,000 square feet, I thought. Somebody had said. It's like redonkulous somehow. I think they'll get up there and just, the Days Gone... God of War, Last of Us 2, you'll probably have it, and they'll probably develop that stuff for 4K, and then of course have a version that runs on the PS4, and it will show off that system, so they'll be right next to it. But I still wonder what little things or jabs they're going to do after Microsoft's, because I'm going to sit there Sunday sitting there just like this, waiting for Microsoft's like, what type of crazy shit are you going to throw out here? Is it going to be me yelling at the TV or going, oh my God, they just didn't do that? Because we're going to skip we had to push this out this week, but we're going to have to skip a show next week because it starts Sunday and Monday and Tuesday. We need to wait a week to get all the stuff because we couldn't all the big stuff come through and just kind of let E3 do its thing.
Yeah, we just to clarify that, we'll talk about it at the end of the show too, but we won't have a show this weekend. This weekend we'll be gathering information and doing other things, and then next weekend we'll be back with another show to completely go over, because by then everybody will have, everything will have been brought out. We'll see where the strategies are. We'll find out. We'll know what the Scorpio is and everything, so that'll give us an opportunity to really break down what we think about it. Give us a chance to process it and talk about it.
Yeah.
So, speaking of processing and things like that, so I don't know how much you know about, and we were talking about PC gaming earlier. I don't know how much you know about this de novo anti-piracy technology that has been attempted, in the past few years.
I've heard of it a little here and there, and I heard that it got cracked on Ryan, right?
It's been cracked, but I mean, I'm not going to go through the whole history of it, but the idea was that this software was going to constantly encrypt your game, and it was supposed to be, when they originally announced it, uncrackable, and of course that was like, oh, okay, all the hackers were like, oh, uncrackable, we'll see about that. And then of course it was cracked. They they basically brought it on themselves. Well, there's a new game, Rhyme, that had just come out, and Rhyme had this technology in it. It was cracked immediately, so they ended up just taking it out of the game in a patch. And this is the trend, basically with PC gaming is they're trying to figure out a way to do something about piracy on the PC, so that third parties and companies that are producing PC versions of the games will feel more confident about releasing their titles through Steam or whatever. And I have mixed feelings about this. On the one hand, I kind of laugh at these anti-piracy people, for trying when it's PC. I mean, it's PC. That's you're.
Well, if they want to stay on Steam and not be banned and actually be able to play the multiplayer parts of it online, they're going to have to be legitimate. Yeah. And if they truly want to steal it, they're going to steal the fucking game. People, I used to do, not because I was stealing stuff, because I'd buy one or I'd lose a disc or it crack, you go get CD cracks. Back in the day, or somebody let you borrow it and their CD cracked or something, or it just wouldn't read. And technically I was, but they just let me borrow it. So I guess I was stealing it. But man, people have been cracking shit for years, decades.
Yeah. Well, the thing about PC gaming is, people like you and I who game on the PC, we've kind of, for us, it's like, well, we're going to buy our games because we want to play them online. And like you said, we want the patches and we want, it's not, we look for the sales and we don't spend a lot of money. To me personally, I'll just say from my perspective, I don't understand why anybody pirates on PC because it's stupid to me. It's like the games are so cheap. If you get them on sale, why would you risk your internet connection and put yourself out there in that way and potentially expose your computer to viruses from people putting things out that they say or something that they're not? Yeah. I don't know why you would even bother, but that's us, okay? The world is a big place, and a lot of people in a lot of other countries don't view it the same way. Apparently, piracy is a really big problem for PC around the world, and I hear people make excuses for piracy all the time because they're like, well, I buy most games that I pirate, so it's really just like a demo. And I'm like, okay, like, you buy them? Really? Like, I don't believe you. But okay, whatever. So yeah, I have my thoughts about piracy anyway. But what I worry about is, no, I don't have much sympathy for these guys with their de novo DRM bullshit. But I do worry about the fact that PC gaming is being constantly hindered by this perception amongst the publishing, video game publishing community. There's this perception that PC is not a stable place to release your game because it's going to get pirated. Whereas on the consoles, it's really not going to get pirated, or at least not in any significant numbers, because...
Well, and that's the truth. That's the truth. But here I got to tell some of these companies, why are you releasing PC games still for $59.99 when you know it doesn't cost? You're not going through a gateway. You're not creating physical disc or cases. Why don't you lower the prices, for one? And, you're still going to have piracy, but just make a game that's not broken. You wouldn't have those problems. For games that come out broken, I don't have any quarrels about people. I haven't pirated any games, but a long time. I mean, it was a long time somebody gave me a copy of a game like 15 years ago. There was no Steam. But if like Arkham Knight game, if people pirated it, it deserved it. Yeah. It was a flaming fucking pile of shit. It deserved to be pirated and just destroyed. Don't bring out a piece of crap like that. But good games? No, they don't. But again, Microsoft and Sony and Nintendo charge this licensing fee to be on their systems, and it's physical. Why are any games matching console prices? To make everybody feel good? Because they can?
I don't know. I don't know all the reasons for all the, retail stuff. Like why prices are set what that. I don't know all the agreements, all the bullshit that goes on with that, but yeah, I feel the same way. Like if you're not getting a physical copy, you shouldn't pay the same price. Like you should get a discount of some kind because why are you paying the same price? Like I get why they do it. I understand that it's.
I guess to make it everybody feel equal, but $60 for a game on the PC when it's Steam charges just very little, and it could go to good old games, or they could just go through Origins and EA. They could release it different ways, and they're not fit. There's no physical media printed at all anymore. Well, a little. I've seen it in stores. It's very little.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't know, but we're moving. Everybody says that. They say we're moving away from physical. I don't know. I mean. Obviously, PC's completely moved away from physical. I mean, it's all 99.9% digital now. And that's good, but is it? I mean, it's good when we get the deals. It's good when we get the sales, but you don't have a library of games like you can't trade them in or sell them to somebody else or anything.
Yeah, that's the thing that sucks. I don't like it. I still don't like it. But I do Steam. But I buy games on console physical if I can. Simply because I own a copy of Breath of the Wild. I can do what I want with it. It's not going to be taken away from me. You've lost games on Xbox 360 that you bought, and Microsoft didn't give you no refund. They just got rid of the games. And they can. All these big companies can do that to you. People don't think they can. Read it. It's in the fine print.
Maybe the Scorpio will be better than PC. Now Scorpio, better than PC. That'll be their slogan. Scorpio, better than PC. Just like Phil Spencer just
come out and go, fuck PC, bitches.
Damn.
5 minutes later, the E3 conference is now in flames. There is rioting and...
PC Master Racers have grabbed their torches and pitchforks and are literally walking towards Microsoft's offices as we speak. What can you see, Pick Old Gamer? Well, I see,
I see cannibalism. Nope, that's just... Okay, yeah, that is cannibalism. They're at barbecue sauce. Holy crap.
Is it honey barbecue? I'm awfully hungry. I haven't eaten lunch yet.
It's Carolina style.
Save me some. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's silliness. It's always silliness. Games have always been silly. It's just now game news and corporate information is also silly. But yeah, so we'll see what is revealed with the Scorpio at E3, and we'll see what happens with the continued attempts to try to curtail piracy. I don't know, man. I don't know what you can really do about it. So E3 really starts Friday, right? That's when things are really going to kick off.
Well, technically it's around Saturday. One of them's like E3 or Bethesda. Somebody's going to start Saturday. And then Sunday we're going to see Microsoft and go on through part of next week. So
yeah, Sony I believe is Tuesday. When is Nintendo's stuff that they're airing? When does that start hitting?
I have had it up here. I actually had it. I read it off in the video. Hold on a second. I'll pull it right up here off IGN. They have a nice little article. See, Sunday is... Let me see here. Oh, come on.
Well, Devluke, Lala, I can't pronounce your name. He says they want to play PC games on my Switch. Well, that was something we had talked about, actually. Apparently, there's an app coming for that. So
yeah. EA is Saturday. Sunday is Microsoft, and then way late. That's like this is all East, West Coast. It'd be at midnight my time, which I'm not going to see. Is Bethesda, so I'll wake up to wherever Bethesda shows. Monday is Ubisoft. Sony is Monday, right after Microsoft, and Tuesday is Nintendo.
Oh, really? I thought Sony was Tuesday.
No.
Interesting.
Nintendo's last of the big three.
Well,
but again, Microsoft goes first. Hopefully they don't get their ass kicked.
This is a big deal. We've talked about it till we're blue in the face. This is a big deal. This is as big as it gets for Microsoft. I mean, They're either going to win over a lot of people or they're going to lose a lot of people, you know. And do I plan on buying a Scorpio? No, but this is your chance, Microsoft, for people like me who buy things that they don't plan to buy. This is your opportunity to win us over and give us a reason to buy your console. Because up till now, the biggest reason to buy an Xbox One was that it plays Xbox 360 games, which is fucking retarded. But that's the truth. So, I mean, I saw a breakdown today, Rambo's Corner.
Yeah, I saw that.
He put out that pie graph, and it was like, I was looking at all these things, and I was like, all these different like features that the Xbox One had, like things that it supports. Every one of them, except for Xbox One games, Xbox 360 does. And I was like, that's pretty pathetic. I mean, I'm like, come on, man. Like, your Xbox One games are not that good. They're not. They could be a lot better. There's a few that are good, but for the most part, it's not gone well. So there's a lot riding on this. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, hopefully Nintendo doesn't continue to make bizarre decisions throughout the remainder of E3. Hopefully, what's the craziest shit you could imagine seeing from Nintendo? Like when they do their E3 press conference.
Crazy good or bad? I don't know. I don't think they can do anything worse than that stupid dongle thing for chat.
They could. Yeah. What if they okay, here's a question. Suppose they show off, remember the Switch VR headset that we had seen a while back where
gosh, and they actually do a Switch VR and we're like, "Whoa."
What would you say about that? What if they did do that?
If it's done right, I'd be like, "Holy shit, I hope it's affordable." Cuz that's the one I would buy because you wouldn't have cables. You could just put that thing in your head, grab both Joy-Cons and do VR. It wouldn't be, high-end shit, but it would be something. Yeah, I have thought about that a long time.
It would be something.
But it'd be something easy, and people could just buy this thing, maybe it's hopefully less than $100 just to get the setup,
Yeah. Oh, an open world Metroid. Like a Metroid that goes completely against all the principles of Metroid and does some other thing with it. Imagine that, like a Mario.
You mean that Federation Force?
That was like a Metroid. What was that? It was like a first person?
I don't know. Some type of other group of people in Metroid universe doing some crazy shit. I looked at it and I said, no, I'm good. I'm fine.
Ryan says, chat will cost 10 cents a minute. Can you... Oh, my God.
I'm going to tell Nintendo this. Most likely, because I've still read, and I don't know if it's true, hopefully it's not, chat will be per game. If it's not like Xbox or Sony where you can go into a party, just go to Discord.
I expect that little headset box to come with a little crank, and you crank it up, and then you'd have to talk to the operator. Operator, connect me to Pick Your Gamer. One moment, please. And they they pull the cable and put it in the other, like the old school, like phone.
We're sorry. Your call cannot be completed.
your Switch actually has a bell that rings when you get a call. Like we're talking old school. Like Nintendo's like they're funny.
This will work. It's worked for a century. It'll work on this.
What is the problem? We do not understand the problem. We're providing the service you asked for. Oh, Nintendo. I don't know. We'll see what happens. My expectations for what Nintendo shows off are games. Okay? That's what I'm expecting.
I expect Sony to be mostly games and maybe some type of weird change in price. Maybe they push the Pro. Because they're going to watch Microsoft come out. And they're going to see that. I think the Pro is going to be $449 to $499. Easy. Because they keep saying it's a premium console. Well, that's all premium price.
Oh, you talking about? You think the Scorpio? Is that what you're saying?
No, I think it's going to be at least $450 to $499. Easy.
If it's more like, it has to be no more than $500. And 500 is asking a lot when the Switch is going to
Yeah.
be out for 300, and the PlayStation is. I mean, the PS4 Pro is going to be 400, and you're
If not a price drop.
if not a price drop, right? And then you're going to have a $500 Scorpio. Now, here's the deal: if Microsoft really wants to surprise people and do something unexpected, they're gonna. If I was them, I eat some of the cost on the Scorpio.
You
And
mean eat it down to $399 and just
yeah,
match? Even if they'll just come out and go, you know what, we heard you. We're going to help get the price down. You
dude,
take it off your fans and say $399, and then Sony be like, shit.
that's what they used to do back in the day with the consoles, right? Somebody drops theirs to 149. Oh, then the other guy drops his to 149 or whatever. You know, like they used
Competition.
to do that.
They had to. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's no competition.
If you want to compete and you want to win people over to your new thing, I mean, come on, you gotta do it. You gotta make some sacrifices to get in the
Microsoft
door.
does have the money to do it.
Yeah, but
And really, if they did something even crazier and start discontinuing the Xbox One S after a few months to a year and just push Scorpio straight out and this be massive system, I don't think they would. But I'm really waiting to see what both of them do. They could do some crazy shit.
I don't know, man. Like they've got to have games too. Like obviously, like where are the games? What games? What is there? I mean, come on. Like we're not. I'm not talking about games in like a year and a half. I'm not saying you give us like announcement trailers for shit that we're not going to see until next year, maybe if we get lucky. I'm talking about shit that's going to be out with a Scorpio. Like
Yeah, if they just sit there and say you could play all your old ones next,
yeah,
be like, who cares?
yeah, you've got to give me. Okay, you want people to buy your new system. Well, you better have a reason for that shit. What's the fucking reason?
If they just somehow dropped, and I know it wouldn't, it may drop, it may blow up. They drop like Halo 6 or something. And they really just did it great, and it was like Scorpio is full 4K native, 60 frames per second online. I don't know, ungodly amounts of multiplayer, a big story. Horizon Zero Dawn. You've already got that?
My daughter gave it to me. Can you believe this?
Holy shit, you got to get, because I've seen some people post that game, and I don't care if it is checkerboard. That thing looks gorgeous on
I can't wait. I haven't even played it yet. But see, that's a system seller. Okay, Horizon Zero Dawn is selling PS4 Pros. Obviously, that's what they need with the Scorpio. They need something that people are like, oh shit, like you just said, that fucking game looks amazing. That's how you sell a Scorpio. You don't sell it by, it could do teraflop, flop this, flop that, flop the other thing, flop, 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 flop. Nobody gives a flop about flops, okay?
I mean, you got, like I said, Last of Us 2, the God of War game looks really interesting. Those games will be fully optimized for the Pro. And here's Microsoft going, 6 teraflops, and well, we got stuff coming out later. And Sony's like, bitches, it's right here. Boom. If you got a Pro, they may even say, if you buy a Pro, you get this. If I see games that are fully optimized for it, you may see tons of people go trade in their PS4s for Pros. And here's Microsoft going, well, we're getting games to come back soon. Please buy the Scorpio.
Ugh.
Everybody's like, okay, so you can play my 360 games even better? No.
This is what I'm afraid of. Microsoft shows off the Scorpio, and most of the games are third party. Like Battlefront and fucking, Call of Duty and shit like that. And Destiny. Destiny will be a big deal.
They'll show Destiny, and I swear, if it comes out 30 FPS, I'm going to lose my shit and just die laughing. Be like, I told you.
There's a danger here of the few people that are like trying to give Microsoft a chance. Okay? I'm really trying. As much shit as I talk about Microsoft, and I do, I am hopeful. I'm giving them an opportunity to not fuck me over. And this is their chance. E3, for people like me, for people all over the world that are like, okay, maybe this is it. You either do it, you either show me what you got, and you either show me that you care about gaming, or get the fuck out, because there are other people that are doing a better job, you know. And if I'm gonna put my money out there, I'm gonna put it, you know, with companies that are putting shit out that I actually want.
Yeah.
You know?
Ryan in chat said, "Can we call the Scorpio fanboys Scorpions?" Very nice. I like that. You Scorpion.
Oh, we must have a monocle if we say such a thing. Oh, you have a Scorpio there. Oh, yes, a Scorpio. Nice. Funny little conso. Oh, but it's how cute that you're attempting to play video games on your floppy flop console. Where are all these games? Oh, you're playing 360 games on your Scorpio. How cute. Yes, we're actually over here pirating our games.
And you know it's the only game they showed on the Scorpio that's native is a fucking still from a racing game.
People ought to start being concerned. I'm not trying to say that I don't believe Scorpio will be good, but
it'll be a nice upgrade. It's not better than a PC. It's not going to do a lot of native 4K. It's not going to be able to do, and third parties are probably not going to take the time to unlock or use what's over the PS4 Pro. They're probably going to make the low end ones for the Pro PS4 and Xbox One. They're going to make something that works for the PS4 Pro, Scorpio, and they're going to be because have you noticed games don't look much different now on the two consoles because developers don't give a shit no more. They want to make it easy to develop. So if people are not using that 6 tera flopping in their face, then it's kind of worthless. When you go buy a Pro, probably maybe even $350 if they do some type of nice price drop, and pretty much without having to sit there and stare at pixels, get near the same performance with actual first parties that are good.
Born Distracted asked if we saw the video for the dev kit. You talking about the one that has like the frames per second counter on the front of it?
Yeah, I didn't see that. They put something out today about showing off the dev kit. I haven't seen it yet.
Why did they put a frames per second counter on the front when they're going to limit games to 30 frames per second anyway? Like,
well, for single player they won't. They'll try to hit 60 all the time. So I can see that.
I was going to say, why don't you just have a counter that just displays 30? And then,
well, if they build, I was about to say they build one specific, but they can't build game specific for it. See? You're right.
So 30 or 60-ish, right? Because maybe it's 60, you know. Frame rates are horseshit. Like, you know, on PC, it's like, oh, well, I can do 100 and something thousand frames per second. Like, oh, yeah, that's nice. That's awesome. Like, with all the settings completely maxed. Because that's kind of hard.
No, I've got like 45% of them maxed. I mean, I
can... Peasant.
Rabble.
Master race.
Oh, shit. And Alien Tech have been saying in the chat, like people, it's kind of hard to tell a difference. There's probably not going to be much difference between the two that is fully utilized. So,
I don't know, man. I don't give a shit about the hardware. I really don't. Like, I really don't care.
I'm not buying arms right off the bat. I think it needs. I didn't want to see the full game get developed for a little bit longer. But god damn, did that game look good on the Switch in 1080p 60.
It did. Arms look really good.
On a piece of shit Switch that can't do a floppity flop. It's not about what you do with the teraflops. It's how you design the game and the aesthetics. It doesn't take power to make a good game. And as a good game, it's not my game right off the bat. I want to see it change, but Mario Kart still looks good. Splatoon 2 is going to look good. Mario's going to look ungodly. That thing's not a port. That's a brand new from the ground up for the Switch. I am dying to see the full game for that thing. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I think so too. Alien brings up a good point about games not hitting 60 frames per second. You can hit 60 frames per second. You just have to turn things down. Yeah. And
yeah, they could have done Destiny 2 for the normal consoles, say 900p and 60, and Pro and Scorpio 60 if they wanted to. They didn't because somebody was pointing out the engine for Destiny is a 30 hertz engine. Then they did something special for the PC, and then they're sitting there going PC 60 to cause controversy between them. Like, of course, the PC 60. You put a $2,000 machine sitting there and running it raw 4K, 120 frames per second if you had it.
Not to get too controversial, but do you think it's possible because Bungie has signed this special little deal with Blizzard that they purposely limited the console to 30, and
Yes.
you think that's probably what happened? If this is
Sure. Why not?
Yeah. I wonder if that's true. I wonder if this is like an exclusivity deal, like something like that, not necessarily a hardware limitation.
Yeah, Bungie's telling me the PS4 Pro can't run at 60. Bungie, you're bullshitting.
Yeah.
There's not enough CPU power for that physics engine. It just kills the game. Then turn stuff down. I said that. I ranted about that. I'm like, you just bullshit liars. Turn it down. Destiny 2 should be, was it? Yeah, Doom is running at 60 on the Xbox One and the PS4. It looks gorgeous. It's called a good optimized engine, you cocksuckers. Liars. I hate Bungie now. I cannot stand them. They lied. I bought Destiny twice. My buddy and I said, never again.
Dungy?
Never again.
Destiny?
Destiny. Yeah, I said Bungie and Destiny. But we bought Destiny twice. Opened that second box up. Here's the rest of your game on a piece of paper. I can't trade that game in now. It's worthless.
Man,
they couldn't reprint that disc. That fucking pissed me off.
That Destiny shit rubbed me the wrong way, man. I was like, so wait a minute. I paid $90 for part of a game, and then the other half of the game I have to buy later for another $70? What?
And Destiny was supposed to last 10 years.
Yeah.
That budget. Yeah,
Didn't quite get there. What did we get to? 2000?
6 years. 6 years off. We got 4 years.
And
Damn, you didn't even hit 50% there, Bungie.
Oh, shit. And if you bought it for the 360 or PS3, you didn't even get the last...
no, you were fucked. No, I have to say, they really were trying to put some life out there. That's fine.
Yeah.
I can see that. They had to let them consoles die. They had to.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the PS3, they announced, that's another news story we kind of missed. Sony had announced that they finally ended production of the PS3. 360.
I did a quick video on it. Yeah, I mean, it was last year, April or so. 360 is done. Now the PS3 is done. They're done. So.
Yeah. What a great system. I love my PS3. Like, I hope that they continue to support the online functionality of it for a while, because I do like to
Xbox Live on 3. I booted my 360 up for shits and giggles and patched. It's still up and running. You can buy stuff on it. Yeah. It ain't gonna hurt them. Those systems will run for another 5 to 10 years, easy online.
They're good systems, man. The PS3 and the 360, that was a great generation. That was
why is it a better system when Xbox 360 beats the One every time I boot it up?
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
You know what I was saying there, but yeah, ramble.
They got a long way to go to make the Xbox One into something that's respectable. And
the first thing they need to do is light it on fire. Start over. They should. I hate to say it. Whatever the next Xbox is, light it on fire. If you're going to put Windows 10, I'm talking about rip that thing down to the bare bones to where everything runs and it pops up. I'm tired of hitting stuff and it sits there and spins for a few seconds. I'm like, why? Stop.
We had talked about, why didn't they just make this a new generation? Why didn't they say this is Xbox whatever new, not Xbox One Scorpio, just Xbox
Scorpio. Betamax 4K Super Duper Edition Final Challenger. 4K. That's exactly. They wanted to cash in on 4K. You said it earlier.
Yeah.
Both of them. I mean, the PlayStation 4 Pro's fucking thing was like somebody had shot somebody's cat. They sit there talking about HDR 4K. HDR 4K. I'm like, God damn, how many times can you say 4K and HDR? That's all they're doing is hammering. They're trying to get people to buy TVs is what they're doing.
Yeah.
I didn't buy one. I still didn't buy one. I replaced mine with a Vizio 1080. I'm perfectly happy. I wanted to, but then again, I was cheap son of a bitch. I ended up for $390. Got me a Vizio around Christmas. Perfect clarity, 1080p.
Well, they're gonna have to come up with something, these TV manufacturers, because anything more than 4K is really gonna be hard to get people. Like 8K, nobody's gonna. I mean, you can't even see 8K. It's like 4K is like very high, resolution.
4K is failing in the stores because you go to Walmart, there's 4K Blu-rays, and there's no 4K Blu-ray players.
Yeah, it's weird.
I'm like, why are you selling this here? Well, that's a 4K Blu-ray player. No, that's an upscaler, and 4K Blu-ray players are still $300.
Yeah, I think we've kind of gotten to that point in technology, whether it's TVs or video games or PCs or whatever, where the level of tech has gotten to a point where people are like, I don't really need that. Maybe you've gotten a little, you've gone over a certain line where now it's starting to be like, well, I'm okay. I don't really need to spend that money.
I mean, I'm standing in front of those 4K TVs. I can see the difference. It is difference, but you can stand in front of a good 1080p and it still is great. But if you don't have them side by side, you don't care. You don't care. I mean, you just don't care. You won't see it. A clear 1080p picture, I still think it's perfectly clear. I think we're at a point, it's like, you know what? Why don't you just put more power in the systems and make a 1080p, 60 frames per second locked motherfucking console?
Yeah.
There you go. Everything runs butter smooth. Have fun.
It's like butter.
It's butter, man. Get to the chopper. We got the butter now.
Butter. Well, guys, we're kind of at the end here, so let me reiterate what we said before. We're not going to have a show this coming weekend. We'll be back the next weekend with episode 51. After E3, we'll come back and then we'll talk about everything. But next weekend, we're off. I'm going out of town, going to have our guys' weekend where we get together and play games and board games and drink and, shoot guns in the air. No, we don't shoot guns in the air. But murder a small hitchhiker.
Shot me a pigeon. I got me a bird to cook.
Yeah, we field dress a hobo. Anyway. No, we don't do all that. But
do you use a suit or a dress?
No, it's not that it's not that kind of party. At least not in the beginning.
Okay. we're cutting off this show right now, folks.
Thanks for watching, guys. We appreciate you being in the chat room and talking with us. Man, this is it, right? We're going to see all this crazy shit from Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft, and then the third parties. Maybe we'll see more games that we haven't even thought about.
Sunday we're all off. And I'm just going. It's going to be 9:00. I'm just going to sit there on the couch and crank it up on the TV. Monday I'll get to see. I think Nintendo's unfortunately that Tuesday's in the middle of the day, so I'll have to just catch up on it. But Sunday and Monday I'll. Actually Sundays is like 5 p.m. my time. It's actually the afternoon.
Yeah.
So, Microsoft Sony's is 9 p.m. my time, so I'll be sort of like, let's see what they do. I mean, it's going to be a fun 2 nights.
Yeah, I think so. Oh yeah,
and then the wailing and gnashing of teeth on the internet is going to be hysterical.
Dude, get your popcorn for that shit, because everybody's broadcast that they're gonna. I'll be watching live stream after live stream, just sitting there.
I'm not going to live stream. I don't. You and I don't do good live streams. I don't think. Nobody gives a shit about us enough, but I never get enough viewership. Really, I never get any viewership on my live streams. But I'm just going to sit there and watch the real thing, and I'll be like, I usually hold my phone and watch Twitter and go, "Oh my god!" I was like, my phone's shaking, and everybody's losing their collective fucking shit. And it's like, "Oh my god, they're killing us! They've ruined this." Yeah.
There's 2 things you'll get on Twitter. It'll be like all these fucking announcements dropping, and then the other ones is all the people who say, called it, I predicted this, called it.
Doom and gloom, Nintendo's doomed.
This is what I said. I totally called this. I told y'all. This is what I said. That'll be the other thing we get. But, I'll be doing all that. I'll be out there. I totally told y'all this would happen.
Yeah, man.
I had inside information that I got from my head because I know things that I just made up.
Stop it. Okay. Well,
Guys, thanks again. Picky Old Gamer, thank you. And I look forward to our next show. How do people find your stuff, Picky Old Gamer, if they don't know?
just look up Picky L Gamer on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. I do post some stuff to epicallygeeky.com and some of their websites. I try to bounce back and forth Twitter, but I'm also on VidMe. I've been posting a lot more on VidMe as well. Try to keep up with it. So and you're on epicallygeeky.com and everything like that.
And then I have my other bullshit, which, it is what it is. We don't promote that here.
Fuck those motherfuckers.
You can watch it or you cannot. I don't care. Guys, thank you for being here. Thanks for always hanging out with us and rambling along with us in the chat room. So until next time, I am Cyrus.
I'm Picky L Gamer.
This has been Game Rambling, and we'll see you later. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.